Hi guys, welcome back. Rob here. It's been, I don't know, year and a half since I've put up a video. I've been doing the world's best procrastinating job. I've wanted to put up a video for quite a while now, but I had this one pop up and I decided, well, I'm going to give this one a go with a video. I got to admit, I did not play this game very well, in my opinion. I did not play the ship to its strengths, and you'll see exactly where. To be fair, this is probably my third, maybe fourth game in this ship. I think I got it in a Christmas crate last year, maybe. Had never really played it, so I don't really know what it's about. I know it has good AA. There's no aircraft carrier in this game, of course. But to start off this match, having a look at what my team is up to, they are hard lemming to see. And I'm thinking to myself, what are my options here? I think we need to contest B in some manner, so that's what I'm going to try to do. But I also need to know what I'm up against here, so I'm figuring their enemy DD is definitely going to contest B, whether it be the Lightning or what else do they have? The Moss. So typically, I think I make a misplay here and I get extremely lucky, and you'll see where I slow down broadside on to where I'm pointing my torpedoes. Now, I think typically when I'm in that location where I'm sending these torpedoes now, I often send blind torpedoes out in this direction, especially if there's another DD contesting the cap, which you can clearly see in the marker just above my ship. And I get extremely lucky that I'm not in a slow forward motion that I am now when I spot these torpedoes that are inevitably on the way. My hope is that I can tag a DD in that moving into position there, but he's already there, and there they are. I'm able to reverse out of the way, but easily could have taken 2 torpedoes there and been gone from this game. So extremely fortunate misplay by me. I should have been nose on a little bit. Our Vladivostok, oh, I can't speak Russian, wipes out our Tier 6 Trento, which is new to the game. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that Italian cruiser's name correctly or not. Brand new to the game, obviously. I think they were early access in this patch, which is 8.9. Our Atlanta gets wiped out. He's trying to bow tank a Massachusetts, I suppose. Or actually a Vladivostok, which is even worse. Lightning pops up right where I thought he was. So, of course, we're going to open our guns up to him. He continues to shoot. I'm worried that he did toss torpedoes, so I'm going to get out of the cap here. But I get a few solid hits on him. Of course, everybody is shooting at me because there's nobody on this end of the map. So we're going to let him capture or not capture, but begin capturing B. My plan was to contest it as long as I can until I'm forced out of it. I don't really have any shots on any enemies, so I'm going to just try and keep the battleships to the south lit up. And of course, there's a Fiji nearby, which is a huge threat. So slowly creep back in, stop his counter. I'm going to toss some torps into that side again in hopes that he peers out again. Of course, the strength of the KIDD here is not its torpedoes. But I'm essentially playing this game like a torpedo boat because I'm not using my guns, which I probably in retrospect should have, especially the way this game unfolds. Currently up in C, we only have a hipper in the cap, which I believe is going to get pushed out. I decide to bail B because this Massachusetts is pushing in. I don't want to get in his secondary sights. So I'm just going to stock these battleships. The torpedo reload kind of sucks on this ship, so I really wish I was playing a Japanese ship in this game. I thought the best thing to do at this point in time was to keep these guys spotted, but nobody's shooting at them. So I'm thinking I probably should have been doing more shooting a lot here. But I'm going to stock this Vlad for a torpedo salvo, keeping an eye on what he's doing. Of course, he's bound tanking. Well, nobody's shooting at him, but that's the strategy he's employing. So the enemy took A, of course, uncontested. I'm going to try and see if I can hit this Vlad hard. I was thinking about opening up my guns here. The only thing that was scaring me from doing that was the Vlad itself. Those guns are extremely accurate at short range, a short medium range, which can really hit a DD hard if the person aims correctly. So that's one of the main reasons I wasn't firing my guns. I could smoke up, but then I would lose sight of them anyway because they're not firing their guns either. I know the MASS just did, but it appears that those torpedoes are looking pretty good. He's not changing course or speed at all, but yeah, they look good. I should have definitely opened fire by now. Uh, but those torpedoes look extremely good. Sadly, we only get two, but a cool 27,000. I got a flooding there, so what I should have, I don't know what's holding me back. I should have opened my guns up on this guy. At least got a fire or two going. But like I said at the start of this, I did not play this the way I should have. The strength of the KIDD is the guns, and I could have been a lot more help to my team, which has lost C somehow. I am not sure how when every other ship on my team is over there, but it is what it is. So I decide, well, it's time to fire my guns, try and set some fire. So I'm going to start alternating targets when I get fires on things, try to not work these guys down a little bit. I should maybe be firing on the Massachusetts, but I figured this guy's damage conned. But apparently Russian ships don't start on fire, so... Hey, we finally got one. Send a salvo out on the Massachusetts. So now I'm just spreading my shots around to try and light fires on multiple targets. I should have kept firing here, even if it was just to make the BBs turn their guns towards me. Take some heat off of my teammates. These are the things I notice when I'm watching a replay afterwards, and to my defense, I don't play American DDs hardly at all, so the small things you learn as you go. Again, I can't start another fire on this Vlad. So we're going to keep lurking on these. What do we have? 4 BBs here. My plan is to work my way down to A. I feel like if we have a hope in this game, we're going to have to stop some of their capture points. The New Mexico is moving in towards us, so I have to give him a wider berth if I want to stay undetected. I was thinking about trying to line up a torpedo salvo on him, but the reload of these torpedoes are horrid. I see he's turning away, so I'm going to try and keep wide, stay undetected so I can get down to A without being spotted. Actually, I turned back the other way. This is where I probably should have turned to A instead of turning back, but I think I was hungry for a torpedo salvo on this guy. So I'm deciding whether or not to throw it at the Bayern or the New Mexico. But I'm seeing how things are lining up. I'm thinking maybe I can get multiple targets here if the mass backs up and the New Mexico continues on course and the Bayern's moving in full speed. So I think I have a pretty good chance of hitting something. So just trying to keep these guys lit, but there's not many players on my team. So at this point, I figure there's no point holding the guns back anymore. I've already done it way too long. And we're back to just trying to start fires again. Got one on the Massachusetts there, I believe. Aim for the superstructure of the New Mexico. He's letting that one burn. See if I can get another one. Looks like torps are good on the Bayern. Our Mahan up to the north. I'm not sure what he's up to, but and I can't seem to get a fire on this New Mexico. Somebody else gets one. I switch to the Bayern. I should have started moving south quite a while ago now. So given how poorly I played this, I can see there's multitude of improvements that I can make in playing American destroyers. For instance, I should have switched to firing on the Lightning there. But he gets blapped by our Vlad, who's having a heck of a game. So that hit from the Vladivostok on their DD was probably close to 50% of his health, and that's probably what was scaring me the entire time from being detected by the enemy Vlad. Is that's what those things can do to you. They're probably more accurate at close range than my guns are, which is kind of silly. I'm seeing if I can assist our Bismarck here. But the mask goes down. So, at this point, I have nothing to lose. The game is looking lost at this point. I'm just trying to set fires, do as much damage as I can. I should have made myself a bigger target a long time ago, and we probably wouldn't have been in this pickle had I played it differently. But we're going to see if we can pull out of it. So I'm going to make my way down to A finally, as I think one of the biggest threats to the game at the moment is cap points. We hold C currently, so I'm going to. My plan was to move into A, capture it, and head straight for B after that to stop their cap because they're getting close to 800 with 6 minutes left in the game. And we're way down on points. This Bayern seems to be completely ignoring me for some reason. I don't know why. He's not shooting at anybody else. Maybe he's trying to line up a shot on somebody else but doesn't have it yet. Oh, apparently he is aiming at me. Way short on his shots. Got a fire burning on the Bayern. Vladivostok and our team is still fighting it out with the couple of cruisers. He had a heck of a game this round. If it wasn't for him, this game probably would have been lost quite a while ago. So I'm going to fire at this guy as long as I can keep him in range. Can't seem to get another fire on him. Our Russian battleship finally bites the dust, and we're left with 2 DDs against Fiji and a Baron. So I'm going to take this cap as quickly as I can, hug the edge, and move up to B as quickly as I can. Now, if the enemy team was smart, what they would do now is chase down the Mahan, which the Fiji is fully capable of doing. I'm not sure why the Mahan's not shooting. I guess he's throwing torpedoes out, but he goes down, and I'm left by myself. If the enemy team simply headed north and captured C, they probably would have won this game without a question, but they're giving me a chance by not doing that. So this Bayern is going to round the island and come straight at me, which is the wrong play. They're over 900 points now. So if they, even if holding one cap, well, heck, they could hold no caps for the remaining 3 minutes, and I probably still wouldn't catch them on points. So you probably know what's coming here. Bayern, of course, like I said, comes around the island. I hold my fire for as long as possible so that he can do as little damage to me as possible, and I'm just going to charge him. So just as he comes to gun or my detection range, that's when I'll open up on him. Try to get as much damage on him as possible. Even though everything's shattering, I'm hitting the gun mantlets, so I only got one shot at this, but at this range it should be pretty easy. I just keep hitting the guns. So I just take my time. I'm way outpacing his gun traverse. Make sure everything hits and dev strike him. So the Fiji puts out a salvo on me. I angle in. I see he's on about 5 to 7,000 K health. I'm thinking he's probably fired torpedoes in this direction, expecting me to charge him. So we got 2 minutes left in this game. I wasn't sure if I needed to capture C or B or not to keep them from reaching the points they require to win the game, reaching 1,000 points. So I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision to secure this capture or not. I was taking a gamble. The Vlad that died a while ago is encouraging me to charge, so I get my speed up, make sure I don't leave the cap before it's captured. Looking at the time, I probably could have just charged out without capturing it. At the time, though, you got a million things going through your head. I wasn't sure which to do. So, at this point, I'm not very optimistic I can find the guy in time and kill him. So we got pretty much a minute left, a minute 8. The only way I can win this is by killing him. So he is easily able to gun me down just as fast as I can gun him down. So this is just a Hail Mary at this point. I'm thinking he's towards that side, but I was completely wrong. He's right in front of me. I'm firing HE. I see he's turning in. I fat finger the keyboard, trying to switch ammo and fluff that shot. And I'm thinking that just lost me it. And I get a good AP salvo on him, and I don't know how or why, but I switched to AP or HE there, right down to 2500. My last salvo, I'm loading AP 590. This salvo with 30 seconds left on the game. Am I going to catch him? you bet I'm going to catch him. So I couldn't have been any more lucky there. Crazy ending to the game. My palms were sweating at the end of that. I couldn't believe I clipped the end of his ship there to take off the last 500 health. So extremely lucky. I played this game quite poorly in my opinion. I wasn't very familiar with this ship. I kind of figured the guns were the strong point of this ship, but I was playing it like a torpedo boat. Um, Still managed to salvage the win, of course, 122,000 damage, and thankfully was able to save this game for our Russian BB that had a monster game. So we'll go and check out the end game stats. Well, so apparently I recorded that entire commentary without game sound effects without knowing it. So yeah, I'm crap. I'm not gonna redo it though. I know I'm a noob. I'll accept it. Continuing on now. Well, nothing to write home about here. 6 torpedo hits with a KIDD, which I guess is pretty good, but I mean the majority of those, at least 4 of them, were at close range on the Bayer in there. So what did I have? I guess I had 2 on the Vlad, 1 on the Bayer previously, and then I guess it probably took 3 to kill the Baron at the end. So 6 is a decent number for the KIDD, considering it's not the strong point of the ship. Only 2 kills right at the end of the game. Nothing to be too proud of. I think the reason I even played this ship was because I needed to finish this directive to getting Commander XP. I think it was like the last directive I needed to complete. Either the directive that was running for the night or something, so I just jumped in a ship and threw a bunch of flags on it to get some Commander XP to put me over the top and finish it, and that's what I did. So I wasn't regularly playing the ship or anything. Of course, I mentioned this guy here played an excellent game. I know he was ribbing me at the end of the game a little bit, but that's okay. He had his opinion on what I should do, and I had mine, or I wasn't sure what to do. He ended up with 2,300 experience base XP, which is pretty good. He was doing a lot of fighting at close range, which is the strength of that ship. Even though I thought I considered that I played this ship quite poorly in this match and not to his strengths, I ended up still with almost 2,200 base XP, probably mostly attributed to the fact that I got 2 full captures by myself on top of the damage, which there's multipliers involved there and such that I don't even understand, so I'm not going to get into that. The Fiji on the enemy team had a pretty good game too, so I mean I was glad I was able to pull out the win for our guy. I don't know how many games I've had where I've had a monster game just to be thrown at the end of the game by somebody else doing something completely silly or irrelevant. So I was glad I was able to pull it out for him, even though I played the game kind of poorly. Through the match, I was able to do the right things, or somewhat the right things at the end of the game to secure it. But in my opinion, this game was lost by their Baron. He just had to run away at the end of the game. Or even, come to think of it, if they both came around that island together, I wouldn't have stood a chance. There's no way I would have been able to close in on that Baron if the Fiji was right behind him. So if they were going to do the wrong thing, they should have did it together. And if they did the right thing, they should have just ran to sea. So food for thought, I guess. So that's the match. Not too proud of it. I like the ending. The ending got me going. Got me quite excited. I was kind of proud of it. That's the only reason I threw this game up in a video. If that didn't happen or went the other way, I probably would have never been proud enough or to throw it up. It's just the ending of that match is what I like the most, and I'm not afraid to point out that I played it pretty poorly at the beginning and middle of the game. So you learn from it, you move on, you have fun. That's what this game's for. So thanks for watching. I'll see if I can put up another video in the next couple weeks or so. I got quite a few replays sitting on my hard drive from old clients that I'll try and run up. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't procrastinate another year and a half. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.